All right, hello, everybody. I have a doozy of a video for you guys. It's been a long time since I've done a political reading. I was actually supposed to do Beyonce, Jay-Z, her upcoming project, but no, we're gonna do politics. So for American viewers, Europeans as well, because I'm sure that you guys know, Roe v. Wade was overturned last Friday. So I'm recording this on Thursday, and it happened last Friday. Lots of protests, lots of uproar, blah blah blah, things like that. So I'm going to read on that, but I'm also going to read on the Republicans versus the Democrats, the midterm elections that are going to happen later this year, as well as what else? 2024. It's still very early to read on that, but you know, things like this kind of change the trajectory. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to look at other Supreme Court decisions like affirmative action, integration, same-sex marriage, birth control. So there is a lot. All right, let's get started. So before we get started, I guess I have to put a disclaimer here because some people call me like a Trump supporter and a Putin lover. It's happened. It's happened. I guess I have to say, so I'm an independent, more left-leaning, traditional liberal, and I think both Democrats and Republicans are full of doo-doo. So I don't care for either of them. So that's where I stand. All right, so let's get started. Let's look at the ramifications, and I wrote a bunch of notes. I wrote a lot of notes. So I'm looking at my notes whenever you hear me talk to the side. So first, what I should ask is, what was the purpose of this? I know a lot of people have opinions and theories, but what was the purpose of this? I'm sure that there are multiple reasons. What was the purpose of rolling back Roe v. Wade? Just 3 cards. And what are the consequences for rolling back Roe v. Wade? Woo! Damn. Okay. Well, well, the purpose seems a bit clear. Yeah, definitely a decline in the population in children. So that concern actually is genuine, and people are looking out for their future, the future of children, of babies, of population. So that actually is a genuine concern. What's funny is I do not see religion here, but you know, okay. And when I asked about the ramifications, the consequences, this is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Listen, yeah, this is horrible, ladies. I actually do think that, so here, I actually do think that there will be a sex strike. I actually do. I think that many women will abstain from sex. So that for sure is going to happen. I've seen some feminists posting it on TikTok and Twitter. I think like a noticeable chunk of women will not be having sex for real. But it's a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. People are going to be sitting out. If folks thought that I guess traditional heterosexual long-term marriage type of relationships would be encouraged because of this, no, it's going to be a disaster. I mean, I obviously people are still going to have sex, you know, without marriage, casually, without relationship, whatever. They're still going to have sex, but it's going to cause even more of a rift between male and female heterosexual couples. This is actually going to cause even more of a rift. Yeah, and I feel like there's going to be quite a bit of sabotage. I think there's also going to be a lot of competition. I think men are going to be competing for sexual attention from women, actually, probably because of this. Because like women are, well, not all obviously, but women are just like, yeah, no, bye. There's going to be, men are going to have to compete. They're going to have to compete for the pum pum. They will not be happy about this. I kind of feel like men are gonna be like, y'all do something about this shit. So I feel like this is for, I mean, I really don't want to be offensive to people and like make it seem like I'm judging their lifestyle or anything, but I feel like this is mostly going to affect like the casual sex crowd. Friends with benefits, whatever. It's for sure going to affect them for the most part. And this looks like older women, not necessarily teenagers that you would think, but this looks like older women who are like, casual, not really looking for strings attached sex. It's going to affect those women and the men who want them. And the men are going to be like, no, y'all need to fix this because I'm not getting what I want. But for people who want families, y'all are going to be happy. I mean, it does. Again, I feel like I have to put all these disclaimers here. It does look like it's going to do something for people who want traditional families. And to be quite honest, this is like the card of engagements, engagement announcements, reconciliations with partners. I mean, homosexual, whatever, but this is more looking at heterosexual couples, because you see men and women here. But yeah, for like, these are engagements, this is marriage, this is baby news. So I feel like, people who are more interested in those traditional values, it's going to be good for them. And for some people, it's actually going to kind of push them to get married when they maybe would not have done so that quickly, or they would have never married at all. So in some sense, a little bit of positivity, it's going to be good for them. But dang. All right, let's go to the next question. So I want to ask if there's going to be another, I doubt it, but I want to ask if there's going to be another Supreme Court hearing that will reinstate a new Roe. Who knows what the person's last name will be? If there's going to be another case that's going to make Supreme Court, that's going to make it become unoverturned. I'm sure Spirit will know exactly what I'm talking about, or if it's going to be codified by by Congress eventually. So let's see. I'm not even sure if that could happen, but let's see. Okay, so I will tell you my personal opinion on this. Not on abortion, but mostly the politics of this. Congress had a long time to codify this, to protect it against being overturned. And they, namely Democrats, they sat on their lily asses. And they've been using it as political fodder for about 45 years, something like that. And in my opinion, they allowed this to happen because, from what I understand, this decision was made last year, and they already knew about it. And it seems to me that they allowed it to happen so that they could have something to run on, right? So up top, I'm asking if there's going to be a case similar to Roe v. Wade that could reinstate it on the Supreme Court, and whether or not it's going to be codified. And the second row is whether or not it's going to be codified by Congress. Both answers are no. Both answers are no for right now. It's looking like no. The decision that was made on Friday, it looks like it's going to stick for some time. But Yeah, the impression I'm getting here is that this is kind of temporary because something eventually will be worked out. I'm not sure if it's going to be on the Supreme Court level because I feel like it's just very male, it's very traditional. But right now the Supreme Court, they're like, we're not going to hear this shit again. Like that's how they feel. They're like, we made a decision, that's it, we're not going to hear it again. Like the Supreme Court as a whole, they're just like, we don't want to tackle this again. They feel like it's not really their place, and that once they speak, that's it. And when I go down to Congress, whether or not they're going to codify it, looking like a no. I mean, money is coming in, donations are coming in, but it looks like they don't, either they don't have the will or they just don't have the votes. And this tower here, it keeps showing up for this decision where people are just shocked. Many folks just didn't see it coming. Although I did say last year, I cannot go through the video, but I did make mention that this is coming. And even earlier this year, I was like, yeah, there were some decisions that were made last year that paved the way for this to happen. Some of y'all know exactly what that is. I'll leave a card in here to show you. But it looks like as of right now, yes, donations are coming in, support is coming in, help is coming in, money is coming in to help people outside of Congress. But right now, it looks like no. In terms of making it legal by Congress, it's a no. I think at most they'll offer more money to women to help them with maybe travel plans or something like that. But no. For now. Again, things can change. All right, let's go to the next one. So next, because I'm quite sure that that birth control, IVF, things like that, they're going to be in question as well. So I'm going to ask about those. Draw one card for each, but I'm going to separate things by region. I'm sure that we can guess. So I will do the east, the northeast, the southeast, the Midwest, the West Coast, and then I guess, I don't know, what is that, the Southwest? So let's see, I'll go from west to east. So birth control is first, and then things like IVF, fertility treatments second. Oh my gosh. Jesus, jeez, yo, they're gonna come after birth control. Okay, so the West Coast, I mean, this is no. It's totally protected over there, along the entire West Coast. Like I said in one of my mandate, I think the mandate video, that was Texas versus the federal government. The three states, California, Oregon, Washington State, they go hand in hand. So it's going to be protected, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to actually create laws to protect both birth control and things like IVF and other fertility treatments. So that's a no-brainer. And then this is the Midwest, birth control. Yeah, they're in general. So I'm not going to go by all 50 states, but in general, it does look like birth control is going to be in danger, and but I feel like it's going to, people living in the Midwest, birth control is going to be attacked in underhanded ways, like not necessarily sneaky ways, but kind of petty ways. So it could be something like making them more expensive, or changing insurance policies for the region to where certain things aren't covered and some things are. Like maybe something like, I don't know, Plan B. I feel like they'll probably go after Plan B more, and the abortion pills. Maybe not necessarily traditional birth control, like pills, condoms, spermicide, blah blah blah, whatever. But they're definitely going to do that. And in terms of IVF, I feel like for the Midwest, IVF makes them a lot of money. But I think like they're thinking about it, but I feel like they're like, that may be a step too far. That may be a step too far for the Midwest. Okay. So for the, I think this is the Northeast. Yes, this is the Northeast. No, there are going to be laws, but I feel like even in parts of the Northeast, they're going to restrict certain things. Yes. They're going to restrict abortion. I think they're actually going to restrict some things. So it's possible that they could in the Northeast, there could be like new judges or something who are going to change things or something like that. But there will be new laws that's going to restrict things in the Northeast. Yeah, but I don't see them getting rid of anything, and fertility treatments, that's going to be protected. But they're definitely I feel like they're going to restrict abortions. But I don't know. The Northeast, it's quite liberalized. So I don't know if people will have that much of an issue with things being less than 6 months. But it does look like they're going to restrict abortions. Yep, in the Northeast. So this is the Southwest. So fertility treatments, they're going to be fine in the Southwest. But again, birth control. Yeah, they're similar to the Midwest. They're going to be doing like some sneaky, underhanded stuff to like limit things or to take things away in terms of birth control. So again, I'm feeling strongly that this is the Plan B pill. I don't think that they have. I don't think that like condoms, birth control pills, IUDs, stuff like that, I don't think that those are going to be targeted. It's mostly what these lawmakers feel would I need to be careful with my words, what they feel would has the potential to abort a child. I think that's what they're going to do. And I wouldn't be surprised. Let me do this. So interesting. So I think, listen, women. So I was asking if they're going to try to restrict certain herbs that are known to induce an abortion, and they didn't answer the question, but they're showing me that men, y'all gonna have some blue balls, because women, like many women, they're just like, screw this, I'm not even gonna take a chance on this crap. Women are gonna be closing up shop for real. And I mean, as tragic as this is for some people, some type of good is coming out of it, because it looks like, for the ladies who complain about guys who are very cheap on dates, who aren't, wooing them or courting them properly, guys, they're going to be motivated to start courting women. I hate to laugh, but I find it kind of funny, kind of ironic. It looks like men are going to be, like coming out of pocket and be like, listen, it's a dry spell, we're willing to do anything. So I guess because Spirit didn't really answer that question, I don't think they're going to come for herbs that would induce an abortion. But it does look like many states will actually try to like restrict certain types of contraceptives. But for most of them, fertility treatments are going to be okay for most of them. And then here, the South, yeah, guys, the South. And when I was envisioning the South, I'm thinking like not just the Southeast, but also like Texas, places like that. Well, Louisiana is still in the East, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's a wrap. The South seems like the worst of the worst regions in this country when it comes to birth control as well as IVF. So eventually, yeah, eventually, yes, it's going to happen where they're just going to be like, we're getting rid of this. Oh my gosh. Damn. For some reason I didn't expect that, but you know, I guess that's what it is. Now I want to ask, how safe are some of these other cases that could be states' rights issues? So let's see. What is going on? So let's see. Let's line these up. Oh, I forgot one more. Hold on, I forgot one more. And what about? Interesting. Let's see. So no, let me turn these around. So this is affirmative action. This is Brown versus Board of Education. This is well, you can't really see it, but this is same-sex marriage, and this is interracial marriage. So in terms of affirmative action, I do feel some movement here. I don't feel like anything is going to be overturned. I mean, this seems more like this is just talk. This is people kind of wondering, talking about the ramifications. But as of right now, I don't really see anything about overturning affirmative action. I really don't see it. They're talking. There are some cases that I'm sure that there have been plenty of cases, but right now it's just all talk. So Brown versus Board of Education, there is for sure talk here, for sure here. This seems like there's going to be an aggressive move, but I don't feel an overturning right now. And I have to keep adding the caveat right now because things can change, and especially with an energy like this with the Knight of Swords, excuse me, that swift action. So I mean, there's talk about it. People are gathering around. They're seeing, well, what can we do? Da da da. And when I say this, I don't feel that the judges are talking about this. These are lawyers who are like, okay, so what can we do with this? What kind of cases could we bring to the court? Da da da. So I don't know if this is some group that wants to get rid of this or whatever it is, but there definitely is talk about this, and it feels like something is going to be brought forth, but it's like they're going to bring a case forth too quickly, and it's like, what is this? We don't want to hear this, you know? So there's that. And then same-sex marriage, I feel like it's fine, but I do feel like later on down the line, maybe about, well, it depends on who wins the next presidency, but between 1 and 3 years, I think that there will be discussion around a case about this that will make people feel nervous. But right now, I feel like same-sex marriage is pretty much safe. Then we get to interracial marriage. I I don't know what this is. I don't feel like this is going to be like a mega overturning like what happened with Roe versus Wade, but there definitely is something strange going on about this. Let's see. No, I'm hearing senators, because I did see something about, was it Cornyn maybe, who was saying that he would like to get rid of that, but this feels more like a sex thing with whoever is saying this. This doesn't feel like anything that's real or anything that's actually going to happen. This seems more like a sexual This seems more like a sexual fantasy of some people, some men. I'm gonna cut that out. This seems more like a sexual fantasy for whatever. I don't think this has anything to do with the court. This seems more like a sexual fantasy with somebody where they just dream. They dream of Yeah, I'm gonna get off that because this seems more like a sexual fantasy of whatever senator said this. So I'll look it up and I'll probably post information in this video somewhere. The senator that said it, whoever the senator is who was talking about he wants to get rid of interracial marriage or whatever, he has fantasies about his partner being handled by someone of a different race. That's his thing. I picked up on that because I saw it in my mind. He's a cuck, basically. All right, let's move. So let's talk about the Supreme Court. Outside of Ketanji, outside of her, what I'm trying to figure out, because I feel I'm quite sure that I said that there's going to be a death on the Supreme Court, not the man who's retiring and Ketanji is replacing him. I felt like there was going to be a death. So let's see, will Biden be able to appoint more judges to the Supreme Court? I probably should have asked this term. Will they expand the Supreme Court? Damn, my cards are so negative around him. He's still sickly. I think I saw this in the last video I did about him and Kamala and how they're not really getting along. He's still very sickly. I feel like there is a chance for maybe two replacements. Hold on. There is a chance, but it's like Jeez. No, there are still some changes coming up for the Supreme Court. It's possible. So it's possible that somebody else will retire. That's possible. And it's outside of the guy who's retiring now, Peter something, I think. So there's a possibility. But in terms of Biden replacing somebody, there is a chance of him, appointing two people. But it feels like the longer and longer his term, like, I don't know, what the hell is going on with Biden? Like, whatever track that he's on right now, it's wrong. It's bad. The further he goes down this track, the less chances of him making effectual change. That's what it seems like to me. The less chances he has to make effectual change. He's still in this first term, or I don't know if he wins the second term, he still has the ability to replace two people on the court, or just expand and put two people there. But it's like I don't know what's going on with him. He's just walking further and further away from his chances of doing that. So right now there is a possibility of two people, but it's sort of like, no, not really, because something's going on with Biden. And then expanding the court, I think eventually, so after a couple of more losses, eventually they will try to offer to do this. But again, it's like there's a small window, like a small chance for this to happen, and the window is so small, it's like it's almost like they're just going to miss this timeline. It looks more likely that they are going to miss this timeline. The Democrats, Biden administration, that's what I mean. So there is a possibility, two more people, but it's a slim possibility. All right. So now I want to look at Congress and the two leaders, Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. These are the two leaders, Democrats, Republicans. I'm not choosing Chuck Schumer because he follows Nancy. Nancy is the powerhouse here. So I'm going to look at Nancy first to see how she feels about all these developments, and what are the chances. And I want her to give me the information about who's going to win for the midterms, Democrats or Republicans, for House and Senate, and then I will do the same for Mitch McConnell. So first, Nancy, Pelosi, how do you feel about what's going on? And she's an Aries, right? Yeah, that's her. She's an Aries. Normally she shows up as Queen of Pentacles, but sometimes she does show up as Emperor. And funny enough, Mitch McConnell sometimes shows up as Emperor and King of Pentacles. So they're like, I mean, in my opinion, they're two sides of the same coin. I know people get annoyed when folks say that, but that's what I found. So Nancy, can you tell me, according to you, the chances of Democrats? Yeah, okay. Nancy feels great. Like I said, guys, I feel like, you know, they're using this as a fundraising opportunity. She feels quite great about the goings on right now. I mean, you guys can look at this and see how happy all of this energy is. She feels quite happy, quite sure. Yeah, she feels great. And I mean, I will ask Mitch McConnell later on, but I would not be surprised if this was kind of like a deal that was made behind doors so that they can keep this little charade going. But, you know, that's me being a part-time conspiracy theorist. So I asked her, what are the chances of the Democrats keeping the House? They're very good. They're very good for her. Very, very, very good for her. These are very good odds for her. And for her, she's like, okay, this is part of the long game, but very good for her. She feels powerful here. And then I asked, what about the Senate? And I mean, this is her willpower. So this is not Chuck Schumer, by the way. This is her willpower, and she feels like they're being given a golden opportunity, and she hopes that they seize the day. So she's not as confident as she is with the House, which makes sense because the House is her domain, and literally the House is her domain. But in terms of the Senate, she's like, we have great momentum, but she's sort of like, she's not sure if they can keep up the momentum for the Senate. She feels very good about the House, but she's not sure they can keep up the momentum for the Senate. So that's quite honest. That's balanced of her, I think. So let's go to Chuck Schumer, or sorry, Mitch McConnell. Mitchy boy. Mitch, how do you feel about what's been happening lately? Ooh, boy. Mitch is more concerned about the economy, guys. Ooh, damn. He doesn't feel confident at all. This is the first time, I think. Because I've done a reading on Nancy Pelosi before, and look, here she is right here. Here she is right here. I've done a reading on Nancy Pelosi before, where I asked how do Republicans feel, how do Democrats feel. He was mostly positive. But here, no, he does not. Nope. Well, first of all, he's more concerned. He's more concerned about money, as usual, and he's more concerned about the economy, what's going to happen there. Damn. Well, listen. So I asked my guides about this because I do sometimes do readings on forums, and I asked them, you know, how do they feel about the abortion stuff, and they told me yesterday, they're like, this is just what they said. Forget about the abortions. People need to be paying attention to the financial crash that's happening. So I think like this is where his mind is at. He's more concerned about money. He's just like, what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here? So yeah, he's very concerned. He's very concerned about inflation. He doesn't really care about this abortion stuff. In terms of if he thinks that Republicans will be able to take the House, he's saying that they're going to put up a good fight. But this is not confidence to me. He's saying that they're going to put up a good fight, and I think they're going to try to hammer home the point about people not being able to afford the children that they do have right now, the inflation, refugees, all this stuff. I think that's their strategy right now. But he's not. He's like, we're going to put up a good fight. He's not like, yeah, it's in the bag. He's just like, we're going to put up a good fight. did I mimic his voice correctly? And for the Senate, he doesn't know, guys. I mean, he's going to try underhanded stuff, but he's not sure. I feel like right now, they may have had a strategy, but right now it's like, we don't know. You know, this really galvanized the left. So as of now, we don't know. Interesting. This is the first time I'm seeing him kind of not be so cocky. So that's very interesting. All right. Now I'm going to ask about 2024. So the last time I read on this, I think I read on this in the Vladimir Putin video. And I felt that it was literally 50-50 about Trump coming back, and that with Biden, he feels sick to me. He feels sick and tired, and like he just wants to go home. And whenever I do live readings, I kind of feel like it's not going to be either of them. So I'm going to ask about 2024. It's still very early to ask about this, but I'll ask about 2024. You know, I'll do Biden, Trump, and then other. Other. So, okay, so as of right now, Jesus, on a cracker. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. For the record, I'm not a Donald Trump supporter either. I'm not. But you've got to be kidding me. What? Okay, so I asked Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, or somebody else. So Joe Biden, you know, so what's happening with Joe? What's happening with Joe? I feel like he's not well. Like because I think I'm gonna look for this video, and one of the videos, I think it was about Joe Biden versus Kamala. I said that that next year, so 2022. This is a video that I posted last year, maybe October, I think, like October 17th or something like that. I think I said at the end of that video that in 2022 we'll be starting to see less and less of Joe. We won't hear him as much. We won't see him on TV as much. But then Trump is going to be almost everywhere. And I was like, it's almost like a vampiric type of relationship. Like the weaker that Joe gets, the stronger Trump gets. And this is what it's looking like, because Joe's cards used to be much better than this, but now it's just like, who is running the show? And I think I said that as well, that people are going to be asking who is actually in control. And it's not looking, as of right now, it's not looking that great for Joe being reelected in 2024. And same with Kamala. It's looking like she's blocked. She's blocked. And I kind of saw that chances are high that she could end up being a justice on the Supreme Court. But a president, 2024, not likely. So then here we have Donald Trump. We have Donald Trump. Why? These are really good cards, guys. These are really good cards. This is like, okay, those are really good cards. And then we have this other person. I'm like, okay, so is it going to be someone else? I don't think so. Not right now. I mean, again, it's still too early. It's 2 years early. It's still too early, but it's like out of all four, Trump is the strongest. He's the strongest out of all four. Well, there we go. So there we go, guys. Take that as you will. Like I always say, things change, things fluctuate. you know? So maybe another bombshell will come out, maybe about Epstein. Who knows? Who knows? All right, bye guys. If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.tarotbymoko.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Moko, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.